There was a fish vendor going around this village, so I had to buy some tilapia. And I'm not really sure what is this. Like, they call it espada, a spade. And some calamares. There you go. Fresh calamares. This is what I'm going to cook with coconut oil. With coconut milk, I should say, or gata. And since I just harvested some moringa leaves, so I'm going to put some moringa. Wow. Let's see what I got right here. So I got my freezer full of fish, meat for the dogs. Fish are for me, okay? Meat for the dogs and chicken, and then veggies. They're already packed. And it looks like I'm running out of fruits. So later, I'm probably gonna go and find some fruits, some papayas, and other fruits that I could actually use for my mixed blended fruit juice. Alright. Okay, that's the calamares and moringa leaves or malunggay leaves. And I had to put 2 eggs. Boiled eggs, okay? I fancy boiled eggs at this time. Plus, I had to put some chili. There you go. So now my squid, baby squid, with some moringa and coconut milk and eggs. Cooked now, right? Looks good. Okay, the old lady who usually comes and sells some veggies is here, so let's find out what she's got. Alright. Okay, ano meron? Ano meron? Ha?
May mangga ako.
Ano pa?
May pagkamis, may mangga rin ako. Yan. May mani ako at may ako.
Okay. Kasi wala na akong fruit.
Punta dito maaga pa kasi ay ko, ay tulog pa si ma'am.
Tulog talaga ako. I'm still sleeping.
Oh.
I'm actually sleeping. Okay, so let's find out what you got.
Ito na lang paninda ko. Punong-puno kanina to.
Okay.
Ito 1 kilo. Ito 5, 100. Ito tag 60 ang nagbuwa.
Okay, I would need yung ano lang, yung ito.
Ano?
Ito at saka yun, oh.
Ito.
Meron pa ako dyan.
Mayroon dito
Oo,
pa.
may dalawa pa ako doon. Binili ko doon sa ano. Yan.
Mani.
Oo, yung kailangan yung biniblend ko. Yung mangga. Magkano mangga?
Ito?
Hindi, yun.
60 lang.
Oo, yun. Katulad ng dati. Okay, so I got some. Oh, yan. Yung ano, kunin ko yung 2 mangga. Dalawang mangga na mga green at saka isang apple, yun.
Ay,
Bali, magkano yung apple mo?
100 lang.
Okay, so 100 plus 120, bali 220. Tama?
Oo.
Okay.
Ito, di mo.
Alright. Ang dami akong pagkain na. Punong-puno yung ano ko. Ref ko. Oo. Ang kulang ko talaga.
Ang gandan.
Oo. Wala akong kumakain. Ha? Bili ako ng bili. Oo, 100 plus 120, 220. Okay, sige. Yeah, I got lots of food already in my my freezer is full. Because every time somebody would like to sell me, and then I just have to buy and nobody's eating. Okay? But right now, what is missing is fruits. Okay, that's for sure. So I got mangoes and oo, yun talaga yung kung ano yung talaga yung kailangan ko. Diyos ko, walang kumakain nandun. Nabubulok pa ang pagkain ko pag wala nang kumakain.
Oy.
Oo, lalo na pag
Walang
bumibili ako
problema
ng...
dyan. Anong ang solusyon? Bigay.
Nay, para ano pa kung bibili ako tapos papamigay ko lang. Huwag na. Sayang naman, di ba?
Kung
Kaya
yun
nga
na
ako,
nga, yung wala rin.
oo.
Ang
Pero,
sabi naman pakainin ang walang pagkain.
pero marami naman silang pagkain.
Oo.
Oo. At nagbibigay naman talaga ako pag kinakailangan. Oo. Pero yung bili ako ng bili tapos para lang ipamigay, wag naman.
Wag na.
Oo. Okay, so 220.
So, 20.
Alalahanin mo na eh.
Isang,
Oo,
isang,
alalahanin mo
Abal.
na eh, na kailangan din tayong magtipid, di ba?
Oo.
Hindi natin alam na kinabukasan wala na pala.
Ay.
O, sige. Okay.
God knows man nga.
Okay. Sige, nanay.
Salamat.
Okay, so next time ulit, ah.
Oo.
Para
Salamat.
at least ito na lang muna ang kailangan ko. Okay, dogs. My dogs almost escaped. They thought they can escape from me, huh? You thought you can escape from me. Huh? You thought you can escape from me, huh? What? 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 Yeah. You cannot come here. Okay, somebody just came from NOAA and from HOA, Homeowners Association, and they're putting everybody's like the address, like just like which block are you and lot, something like that, block and lot number. So that guy is actually doing it right now. Yeah, that really helps because every time that some deliveries, sometimes they're so confused because there is no address right here. So now it's easy for them to find me. All right. So that's good, That's really nice that they're doing it for us. Unlike that neighbor right there, he had to order some, something like that, from Lazada actually. So he had asked somebody to do it for him, and then they delivered to him from Lazada. Yeah, because I inquired from him last time, so he told me about it, but I just never had the time to actually order it for me. So I just left it, empty. But usually, sometimes like people would come here and then they would really ask, which one is my address, because there's nothing right there. They cannot really see unless probably like they would ask some neighbors. And then, of course, the neighbors would say, okay, it's right here. Okay, so that's the reason why they really would find out, which address is this. So, but right now that's good because they have already made just like that. See, you can see that. The lot number and the block number. So, that's really great. So that would be easier for them to deliver or to find the address. So I just have to wait for him to finish because he asked me to use the where you can plug in the electricity, because he has to use the electricity in order to put that thing right there. Okay na? All right. Oops. I think that guy deserves some tip. He's really working hard as well. Okay. Oh, eto po.
Salamat.
Okay. Yeah, people really deserve to be blessed, especially when they're really working hard. So, a little tip or a little bit of some help could really, really make a big difference to them, especially if they are just being paid with very, very minimal daily salary of whatever. So, I mean, if everybody would give, for example, just a little bit, to a person like that, it's like what I usually do. Even the garbage collectors, I usually give as well, because, it is really nice feeling that they really appreciate, whatever you can give, even if it's not really that much, and then they really, really feel that, if somebody gives them a little bit, it makes them really feel so happy. And by the way, Stanley had asked, after Christmas, actually, usually, like, they would collect, they or Christmas time, they would collect some Christmas gift, a little bit of whatever you can give, money wise. So Stanley had asked the neighbor, said, "Did you give?" Said, and then that person said, "Why should I? Why should I give?" Well, I mean, and we're talking about it's Christmas time, and then of course they would give like an envelope, so you could put some, some money, At least it's just a courtesy, really. These people really working hard. So it's really nice that you can at least give, because you don't know that whatever you give, and then it comes back to you 10 times. And I really felt that, those moments that I don't have anything. It's like I thought it was hopeless already. There were times where I wish that, some miracles could just happen, and all of a sudden, God would use some people as an instrument, or somebody as an instrument, in order to show His love to you, just to show you that, hey, do not worry, because I am here. I'll take care of you. See? Not directly coming from Him, but He would let somebody come over. He would assign a person in order to be an angel, in order to come and rescue. Oh, by the way, I may as well take this opportunity as well to give my piece with regards to Mel Sarmiento and of course Chris Aquino, because according to Chris, and I have actually read the farewell note through text, through text. I have read that Mel Sarmiento left her in the middle of her sorrows and pain. By the time that she's really is not in a good condition anymore in terms of her health. I mean, a person who actually would do that is totally a person that I can no longer respect in terms of what he has done. Those are the times that he could have proven that he really loves Chris Aquino, because no matter what situation you're in, if a person really loves you, he will never leave you under any other circumstance. That's why with that long text message, and it wasn't even in person, he just gave all his alibis that he was leaving, because he thought that just the fact that he wasn't vaccinated, and just the fact that he was still going out, and then he might cut something and then give it to Chris. Come on, that's really, that's BS, really. First of all, he could have got vaccinated in the first place, so he would never use that alibi that was the reason why he was leaving her. The truth is, I was in the same situation by the time when I was sick, when I had COVID, and that person that I've known for 26 years, because I knew that he would be the first person who would be there for me, he left me. And he even said the word, "I wish you can just die." He was worried about how much I spent twice in order to rent a car twice from my neighbor, because by the time I have posted on Facebook that, please, is there anybody there who can take me to the hospital, because by the time I was really in need to be at the hospital. But unfortunately, I couldn't find a hospital right here because they're all fully booked. So it was Stanley who took me to Quezon City instead. So if a person would rather prefer to be focused on how much money he was spending, and how much was it? Twice. How much did I spend twice? 2,500 each time in order to pay my neighbor just to take me to the hospital. Okay? And then the second time is when I badly needed to go to the barangay in order to report my ex-helper, because I was in the middle of something that I really needed to let him leave me, which I think I even got the COVID from him in the first place. Okay, so there was an issue there that I really needed to get rid of him. So he was actually more focused on how much did I have to spend, and he questioned that, rather than focusing on how much life do I have to save at that point. So if Mel Sarmiento was more focused on himself, that he thought that he'd rather just leave Chris, because by the time he wasn't vaccinated yet, and he was more focused on thinking that if he's the one going out and then he might catch some virus outside and then going back to Chris, and said that's really totally BS. There are other ways in order to protect yourself, but that is not an alibi that you could use as a main reason why you have to leave somebody who really badly needed you the most. So that means to say he doesn't really care, and he didn't really love Chris. And Chris was right. He just used her. Well, first of all, Mel already knew that Chris was already sick. Mel already knew that Chris got all these problems health-wise. But why didn't he think about that before he even got involved with her? So meaning to say, it is very clear when Chris said that that guy only used her. See? He only used her for his fame or to fill his ego. What a shame. Really, what a shame. So, meaning to say that it's easy to say that a person loves somebody, but in terms of his action, he doesn't really love that person. And that's the reason why I ended up to somebody who has given me his unconditional love. It didn't matter if he knew me yet at that time, but he chose to help me instead of thinking that, why should he help me? Because by the time he didn't really know me yet. But he didn't think about it that way. All he wanted was in order to help me, because he knew that I badly needed him at that point. Because if he wasn't there for me, I have no idea what could have happened to me. I have no idea if I could have still be alive right now talking and sharing all these testimonials. That means a person really gave his heart unconditionally. He gave his help with nothing in return, without expecting anything in return. But he was there, willing to share his help. So would I rather go back to that person who said, I wish you can just die? So he wished I can just die because I have spent twice for the car that I rented. See, you can always use all these experiences in order to share as well, so people would understand and they can actually relate. So whatever happened to Chris, I can actually relate because it happened to me. See, there are two types of people right here. People who want you because they can use you for their ego, or people who would want you because they care about you and they wanted to give their help unconditionally. Everyone has a purpose in life. Everyone has a story to share. If Chris Aquino's life is totally different to my life or anyone's life, well, at least we could learn from it, good or bad. But I'm sure we've learned a lot of things from her too. It's not time for us right now to judge somebody, especially if a person is really in that kind of situation where she is now very, very sick. And we don't even know how long is she going to stay. But she's real strong. She has shown everyone that she's really strong. Meaning to say, she is a real fighter. Especially in terms of her kids. You can be the most successful person at times, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Just like her, we consider her as one of the most successful people in terms of her celebrity status or in terms of her political family background. And then the next thing you know is she's now on that kind of situation. So we shouldn't even get jealous, or we shouldn't even feel that why is it that she's more successful than us. We should just say, thank you, Lord, because right now we are healthy. We are not like her, who's right now trying to survive in terms of her sickness. Because for me, wealth is my health. Alright, here's my salad. Mango, lettuce, cucumber, pongkan, and apples. Alright. I got my salad, honey. Well, honey, I just want to let you know how lucky and how proud I am, because no matter what struggles or hardships that I've been through, you were always there and you never left me. You're a God-chosen gift for me, honey. And please don't ever forget that. I love you, and I love you because I have finally found a love that I've been looking for. An unconditional love. And that is priceless. Thank you so much for loving me. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, or subscribe. And of course, push the bell button for more updates for my Mystica vlogs or my Mystica celebrity mukbang. Thank you.